Got a classic tale for you. Psycho gang doing its thing 2 weeks back. Jumped a Militech convoy. Got away with the gear. Corp don't even know Maelstrom's involved. Let's roll. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to look anyone I do biz with in the eye. Had the pleasure of meeting the Jackster in the past, and Sweet T-Bug helped this brother out 2 years ago. So here we are. There's this prototype tech, a biochip to be precise. Job's to grab it. Simple. Woman's name's Evelyn Parker. Vetting her wasn't easy. Put the word out I was looking for any kind of intel. Now, Miss V, he done right by you. Count me among your converts. V, if I had 10 annies for every time Jack praised you these last weeks, I'd have enough for a steak dinner for all three of us. That so? Amen. Mm-hmm. Arasaka. Surely that's no problem. What can I say, Miss V? High risk, high reward. First rule of the afterlife. Two things. First, a conundrum with the Maelstrom boys. Needs active resolving that. Second, a rendezvous. Simple. Client who brought us the job's anxious. She wants to parlay with one of the team. 'Cause if we don't get that bot, we don't get no soccer chip. And we sure as hell don't get no happily ever after. But don't get excited. It's a single-use toy. Stick up her ass ain't growing any shorter. So she must be getting desperate. Be wise to think how you could use that. Hell if I know. Been skidding around town asking after the convoy as if her life depended on finding it. The one lead she's got zip-tied in her trunk. Well, Miss V, that is some impressive deduction. Naturally, use that intel as you please. Preferably well. Anyway, our little client insisted on meeting someone with skin in the game. You know, who'll be there for it all. No, Miss V. Ontology. Oh, but it does. See, in my line of work, I choose to be Mr. Chill. But folk who try to take advantage, well, they see the beast inside. Mm-hmm. But we'll need to add a dash of your diplomatic charm before we make our move. Classic. I'd expect nothing less from eager, supple youth. Respect. Quiet life or blaze of glory? Later now. Just one more thing, Miss V. Apparently, first thing to burst are the eyeballs. Get a nice clear pop. Then the rest goes goulash. Of course, to do so, you'll need that frazzled cat's info. Sending it now. Of course, to do so, you'll need that frazzled cat's info. Sending it now. Royce is in charge now, and I got no way of knowing if he aims to honor his predecessor's word. Yo, Mr. V, a pleasure. Would you rather live in pieces, Mr. Nobody, die ripe, old, and smelling slightly of urine, or go down for all times in a blaze of glory, smelling near like posies, without seeing your 30th? What can I say, Mr. V? High risk, high reward. First rule of the afterlife. Well, Mr. V, that is some impressive deduction. Naturally, use that intel as you please, preferably well. Just one more thing, Mr. V. How things looking, Miss V? We'll talk about the rest at the afterlife. See you there. Girl's got her secrets, just like anybody who means a damn thing in this town. Now, if her info was trash, that's when I'd start to worry. Well, well, you're a Nobu and Evelyn Parker, going all nasty on each other. Seems Arasaka's prodigal son is hungry for attention again. Wonder whose toes he'll step on this time. Should it? Now you have my undivided attention. Her offer? Really? Thanks for being candid on the count. Beautiful. T-Bug already called. Said she's working her magic. You got some balls, Miss V. How'd you get him on board? You used the corpo woman? So you paid for the flathead with corp cash. Well, well. And? Oldest corpo trick in the book. I assume Royce was less than understanding. So Militech financed our flathead? So how'd you get that cat Royce to hand over the flathead? Now we do the job I hired you to do, grabbing that biochip. You got some balls, Mr. V. T-Bug says no chance of that chip without that bot. To work then, Mr. V. Your face got blood all over it. Shit, I didn't know. Sorry to hear it, V. But that's Merc life. V, why don't you go clean up first? You're a mess. Now, as that old Greek dog says, life's a banquet, so don't go thirsty, but don't get drunk either. Perfect. If everything goes as planned, Delamain will drop you back here. Anything else? Including your Nobu's pleasure pad, where our sweet little relic awaits. Good a time as any. Rate for fresh talents, non-negotiable and always the same. 50-50. Sure you want to go down this road? Interesting. So what does qualify as most important? Wise choice. Fine, 35, and that's my final offer. Been a while since I got a run for my eddies. Actually kind of fun. Look at you youngins making us old folk look bad. You want to build cred, your rep, with you 100 on that. Cold hard eddies, as per usual. Gotta bounce. This. They're turning the whole goddamn city inside out because of this mess. There's not a goddamn place on earth or in hell where they won't find me. You be doing the dirty work, sure, but I've laid out a bulletproof plan, not to mention my name, in certain circles. Wells, that's right. The runner, too. Don't know the deets. Nope, nothing be hashed out on a call. Remember our first convo? Who'd you rather take back for homework, me or the shard? Doubt I'd fit in your pocket, kid. If things get sticky, you head for the safe house. And the relic? Docks. Spaceport Terminal 4. Got it. You off the fucking Emperor! His Majesty! Anyone with so much as a pinky toe dipped in this mess is as good as dead! You don't say. All right, settle down. Gotta be tactical about this. Another offer? So she just want to see what's good, or was there something else? I do appreciate you sharing this info, though, Miss V. You see, trust, ditch the middleman? Clients never learn, do they? Lived in NC too long to blow my top every time some amateur thinks they can take me for a ride. You saying we putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5? Some part of the equation's missing then, clearly. Evelyn Parker's special friend? Every part in this drama carries its risks. That's the value of yours, as determined by me. Now's a good time as any. Fresh talent gets 30% always. But I'm willing to make an exception in your case. I'm gonna cut you a nice, juicy 40 as a bonus for your honesty, V. Know what? Let me make it 40. Got that generous itch in me today, and it feels good. Your chariot awaits outside. Seems I've chosen the quiet life after all. No blaze of glory for me. Bathroom's there. Go get yourself cleaned up. Sit down. Let's be civilized here, huh? Evelyn Parker, how'd you fare? Trust me when I say whatever hit you think of, T-Bug solved it already. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's one piece of good news. Saburo Arasaka, dead. You got any notion of the shit you pulled me into? Now, Mr. Wells is right. We're gonna be going over some sensitive material. And the flathead? Ugh, heavier than she looks. Now, listen, dog. I have done exactly what you asked. So let's you and me figure this. Best to get back to work then. Be in touch. Gotta admit, few years from my seat has left me with a bit of an appetite. But you got my word. You don't disappoint, you'll get your cut. With interest. Mr. V, there a problem? Miss V? Hello? Yo, Miss V. A pleasure. Mind if I ask you something right off the bangle? Now see, Convoy was carrying the Flathead, a little combat bot, a prototype, and I need me that bit of high-grade military tech. Corpo agent, internal affairs. Been skidding around town asking after the Convoy as if her life depended on finding it. The one lead she's got zip-tied in her trunk. Slotting the shard. Would you rather live in peace as Miss Nobody, die ripe, old, and smelling slightly of urine, or go down for all times in a blaze of glory smelling near like posies without seeing your 30th? Well, that's just music to my ears. I'll set up the meet with Miss Parker at Lizzie's bar. Flathead, though's gonna be all you. One more thing, Miss V. This is Deshawn. Black, a sedan. Across the street from Tom's Diner. Look at his split now, kid. I'm waiting. Well, well. You and me are gonna get along famously, aren't we? Perfect. Sounds like a plan. See you soon, Miss V. Besides all that, got a special little pre-mission just for you. But we'll get to that. Shit, you ain't playing around. Besides that, I'm no leadhead. Ain't gonna leave no trace for them to follow, 'cause we gonna do this clean and on the hush-hush. We understand each other. Got a feeling this could be a start of a beautiful friendship built on heaps of eddies. A straight psychopath, chrome-loving kind. I'll give you that. Except few of its other members, no matter the stakes, would put a friend and associate through an industrial microwave dryer. Yours truly will be remote. T-Bug ain't no people person, and Jaggy's only good at some things. I know you know what I mean. Pretty much leaves you. Some brothers from Pacifica got back to me. Told me to stop looking. End of convo. Eh, just a pet topic of mine. All right, listen close. Scanning a serious job now. Playing gargantuan compared to smashing up a scav haunt. Mark this glorious day, 'cause from now on, you enjoy access to all the fixes up in Watson. Most of 'em's bottom shelf value shoppers, get me? But you're likely to find a few nuggets worth your precious time. Please, no need to be cynical, Miss V. Look at it as a welcome gift kicking off a long and fruitful partnership. All right? Besides, do you good to get a feel for the streets. Trigger finger on the pulse. Feel me? Now, I flat out purchased the damn thing from Maelstrom. Problem is, I did so from a gent went by the name of Brick. I say went, 'cause Brick was the leader. 3 days after we'd sealed our deal, his friend and gangmate, one Simon Randall, a.k.a. Royce, plain dropped his ass. To add to this shitstrom, one Meredith Stout of Militech has developed an interest in said convoy. One more thing, Mr. V. Now, Mr. V, he done right by you. Count me among your converts. See you soon, Mr. V. No, Mr. V. Ontology. Please, no need to be cynical, Mr. V. Look at it as a welcoming gift kicking off a long and fruitful partnership. Aight? You run into any problems? No shock to me. We ain't here to sniff out all of Night City's dirtiest secrets. Let the media do that. We got a job to do, so how about we focus on that? Mm-hmm. Oh, and let Jackie know, too. I'll be in touch with T-Bug. No reason to be. You do yours. I'll deal with Miss Parker in my own time. See you, Miss V. Poor Meredith. No doubt in my mind she'll be left picking up the tab after your bad date. What about the meet with Evelyn Parker? And the flathead? Mm-hmm. T-Bug says no chance at that chip without that bot. To work then, Miss V. Mm-hmm. That meet's the only thing that'll get you a chance at grabbing that chip. And how'd it go? Run into any trouble? And what about the Militech angle? That bot ain't no bargain basement tech. Just like that? Parker'll be waiting for you at Lizzie's bar. Good luck. How things looking, Mr. V? See you, Mr. V. WNS, N54, even the pirate networks. And the Jackster, he out in the car? So who killed him then, huh? V, get yourself cleaned up. You're a mess. Suit yourself. Can't risk it, V. All depends how Miss Parker avails herself of her role. But a week, 2 tops is my guess. You sit tight, heads down, 'cause old Uncle Arasaka be watching. Deshawn don't ever work with anyone but the best. I consider Delamain just that. Last thing, Konpecki's got a strict no-iron policy, security gates, the works. Glad you asked. Booked y'all the best. A Delamain. Managed to get y'all fake IDs. Biz as usual. Corpo arms deal. Case anyone asks, you there for a bogus meeting with Arasaka's defense rep, Hajime Taki. The no-tell motel. Quiet, no questions asked. Make our next move from there. But I'm flat certain that won't be necessary. A Delamain will drop your asses at the front door of Konpecki Plaza. You'll stroll right in thanks to your false identities. You'll have T-Bug on comms for the duration. Time for your burning questions. Just so happens that from the room under your names, you ought to have access to a utility shaft. Every part in this drama carries risks. I say those I'm taking are worth that much. And who's providing transport? A top-tier netrunner and a lead-proof plan and intel? Respect. Cut you 35 for that alone. Old wounds have yet to heal, huh? So you dogs will leave your lead spitters in the ride. Take the flathead inside in its case. That's right, Excelsior. Make yourself comfortable. Well, if it ain't Miss V. Go on now, don't be shy. What's done is done. Shit happens. Let's just chill for a minute here, all right? You two stuck your noses where you shouldn't have. Now we all fucked. You got any idea what'll happen when they pin this on me? What's that got to do with anything? Nobody told you to kill him. Meantime, I'll make a few calls and find you a way out of here. Got him here. I'm aware of that. I'd rather not strain my neck when I talk. All right, then. Tone, you best watch it. Old tune from my time in transport and logistics. It's all you need to know. Now get that blood off your face. It's me. Yeah, shuttle I booked. Today. No, can't wait till dawn. One seat. I'll pay the premium. I don't have access to his personal fucking schedule. And besides, nobody asked you to kill the old man. No shit. Tell that to the soccer ninjas they send after you. Bug already filled me in. Is essential in any partnership that's to be long-lasting and fruitful. Shit, now that's rich. Parker ain't the first, and sure as hell won't be the last. Y'all need not worry, truly. We'll come to that. That's why y'all got a fixer. Anyone try to fuck you, they first gotta fuck their way through Deshawn's 300-pound ass. Anything else? Man with the millionaire name and no talent to back it up. Wanted to see what you was about, huh? Set your butts down comfy. Cut for fresh talent's always the same and non-negotiable. 30%. You blowing up everywhere. Condolences, friend. Sit your ass down, V. I was afraid of that. We? New place, new identity. But first, Parker, Eddie's. Then we leave the city limits behind. But first, then with Bug's help, you'll breach the hotel subnet. Last but not least, you slip into Yorinobu's penthouse and clep the relic. But if it's all right with y'all, I'd like to start with a question for Miss V. Well, if it ain't Mr. V. I do appreciate you sharing this info, though, Mr. V. You see, trust? But if it's all right with y'all, I'd like to start with a question for Mr. V. Ugh, heavier than he looks. Miss V, there a problem? Deshawn ain't just a name. It's a brand. About time my clientele remember who they do biz with. Best get back to work. Be in touch. Mr. V?